Welcome to From the Stands, your one-stop shop podcast for insider access and in-depth interviews with your favorite Billiken coaches and players. Be sure to follow the show on Twitter at Billiken Podcast for the latest news on future episodes. Now, here is your host, Billiken Athletic Director, Chris May.
Welcome back, Billiken fans, to From the Stands, our podcast where we talk Billiken sports. It is one of those great moments where we are here talking to the A10 champion softball team stars, two of the many stars on this team. We've got Abby, Mallo, and Taylor Hochman here today. Let me give you a few bio stuff before we really get into talking to these young women who just went on an unbelievable run. I wish all of you could have been there to see us win the A10 championship and then to see us play down in the NCAA Tournament. It was one of the most fun, joyful experiences to get to see these guys just compete like crazy. So with that, let me get to Abby. Abby is a junior in biomedical engineering. She tells me it's BME, but I call it biomedical engineering, from Oakland, Illinois. Couple accolades, 2025, first team all-conference, Atlantic 10 Conference Co-Player of the Year, A10 all-academic team, all-tournament team, most outstanding player in the A10 tournament. Was unbelievable in the championship game of the A10 tournament. Had a walk-off single to beat Fordham. On and on and on. We've had her before. She hits the ball so hard. I love seeing her swing, let alone hit the ball. But congratulations, Abby. Good to have you back. We've got some great Chicago stuff to talk with you about shortly. And then we've got Taylor. Taylor is our pitcher from Frankfort, Illinois, graduating with a degree in education and mathematics. She's going to go teach at Plainfield East up near in the Chicagoland. Taylor was an unbelievable pitcher for us. 2.63 ERA, 16-8 record, 108 strikeouts, second team all-conference, A10 all-academic team, all-tournament team, Paradise Classic all-tournament team, go on and on and on, 300 strikeouts. She did it all on the mound. In addition, was our athletic department most inspirational student athlete for our seniors. So welcome, ladies. Congratulations. I don't even know where to start. So where do we start on this unbelievable year and run? We'll start with you, Abby. Here we are a couple days later. Has it sunk in what you did, what you all did as a team, or are you still in this blur of thinking we're going to go to practice this afternoon?
Yeah, I feel like it's finally starting to get real now that we're moving out. I took my bat and my softball gear and put it in my car. I was like, okay, there's no practice today. But yeah, I feel like just coming back from trip after trip after trip there at the end, you really start to feel like the support of St. Louis. I felt so many people had watched us and came with us on our journey, which you don't necessarily see that right away when you're playing. And when you step off the field, we had so many parents welcome us back and just support us. And then you feel the athletic department behind you, and it kind of sinks in a little bit that we had a really, really great year this year.
Oh, it was
awesome.
So fantastic to see it and watch it. And all these seasons, you have your ups and your downs, right? But what I was so excited about is I knew that you guys had been there before, and it's so hard to go from never been there to being there in that championship game, right? Well, you guys have been there. So you were so great in the last couple games. It was unbelievably awesome to watch it all happen. Taylor, you've been the cornerstone pitching for us for several years. What was the experience like for you? How did you manage that? I was so impressed by how different people play big roles throughout the tournament run. From your perspective.
I think it all stems from leadership that I had when I was a freshman and sophomore. During those times I pitched with Chloe Wendling, and so she was a great role model for me, and we had each other's back. And so kind of coming into junior and senior year, it was kind of me taking over Chloe's role and Belle kind of coming in and being able to work with her and be there for each other. So
I think you bring up something super important is that legacy, right? In helping the young ones. And I saw it happening. We had young ones making big plays. We had you older, what do I call you guys? The veterans. The experience with the wisdom, right? But you guys helping the young ones. It was super cool. So the young ones are making plays. Then the upperclassmen are making plays. And it all kind of came together. And see, people were so fired up about it. I've got the Cardinal game on, and they're talking congratulations to the Billiken softball team. I mean, we had a graduation event going on for the baseball team, and everybody's on their phones watching you guys. So it's been really, really fun to watch it elevate. But Taylor, from your first season here to where we are today, tell us about the growth of the program and the expectations of competing at higher levels now.
I think like coming in my freshman year, it's kind of like a wide eye, like you don't really know what's happening all the time. Like you're just kind of thrown into the mix. And I did pitch a lot my freshman year, but it's kind of learning how everything kind of works out. And then coming to senior year, you've been here before, so you act like you've been here before. And so you just know how everything works, and you're wanting to pull everybody up with you, and we can do it all together.
Taylor, if you were going to give a freshman, or if you were going to give Taylor as a freshman some advice and counsel, what would that be?
Oh gosh, I think just like, because I think as a freshman I was just kind of like just all over the place a little bit. I think just like enjoying the moment, because college did go by so quickly, and it hasn't hit me yet that I'm not playing softball anymore. I won't come back next year, but.
And so when you walk in the door in Plainfield East in August, what does the experience of a student athlete, how do you think that helps you when you walk in?
I think like biggest part is just like being able to contribute to a team and contribute to a larger cause. Because I think like as a teacher, like you can think that like you're all alone, like in your classroom, whatever. And so kind of same thing like with pitching, like it can seem like you're on an island almost when you're pitching, but you really have a team of people behind you to support you, and kind of embracing that.
How do the values that we talk about every day help you in competition? You guys, we talk about department values, you guys talk about team values all the time. And I think that's what has separated our softball program from many. I say it all the time, the 3.91 GPA for a team winning championships doesn't happen very often. So it happens because of an unbelievable value base with all of you.
I think that as a softball team, we just do a lot of things right. And we care a lot about the little details, and like they can seem little, but over time they get larger and they build upon each other. So I think just doing the little things correct day in and day out helps.
No question. I couldn't agree more. Okay, Abby, you're both Chicagoland. You're both White Sox fans. We know. And then all of a sudden, we got a Pope that's a White Sox fan. Tell Billiken Nation how you connect to the Pope.
Well, there's a lot of Sox pride. We're rebuilding. We're getting better. But he is from the parish that like my family grew up in, St. Rita Parish. My cousins just got married there last summer. So, deep connection. I don't know him personally, but we're getting there.
But you're close.
Yeah, we're really close.
The Pope might have been with us.
Yeah, probably cheering for St. Louis softball when we were there.
Why wouldn't he? Exactly. So next steps, Taylor, you're going to go teach. You're teaching in a high school in Chicagoland. And then you're coming back to work this summer. Yes. What are you doing?
I'm starting my thesis project at the BME department. So I work under Dr. Coyle Garg, and she does musculoskeletal tissue engineering at St. Louis. So she teaches here, but she also runs a research lab out of the BME department, which I joined last fall. So I've been working under some of her PhD students and helping them with their research. And then this summer I'm coming back to start my research.
And then what are you going to do when you graduate? What's your goal?
So I'd love to get a job.
No.
But I think this is kind of a trial run for me to see, if I really like academia, or if I'm, I work really hard at softball and like school. So I feel like having a direct job port would be great. But also like if I find a passion within research, there's also that route too that I could go. So it's kind of a test run to see if this is like what I'm really passionate about. If I like the research side, if I like the writing side, it's going to be a test run, but I'm interested.
All kinds of stuff for you to do.
Yeah, it's extremely exciting.
Well, our department, we could not be more proud of you guys. Congratulations. So happy. Taylor, what are you doing this summer before you go to school?
just kind of hang out. I'll be giving pitching lessons, so I'll still be playing softball, just not ever competitively again.
Well, congratulations. Great job, you guys. We are so proud and honored to have you guys as Billikens, you to continue to be, but now you're the alum Billiken. Now you get to bring that wisdom and share that legacy all the time. So great job. Anything else you want to share with Billiken faithful?
Roll Bills.
For sure.
Great job, champions. Awesome. Good job. There you go, our Billiken Softball A10 champions right here in the land of the Bills. So until we see you again, go Bills.
Thanks for listening to From the Stands with Billiken Athletic Director Chris May. Subscribe to our podcast in the iTunes Store and have the latest episodes sent straight to your phone. Go Billikens!